Okay, so similar triangles. We have a quiz today on this. So let's talk about this. First thing we want to do is label the angles. Okay, if we have similar figures, we should know that the angles are congruent. Okay, corresponding angles are congruent. So angle A, 65 degrees, means what over here is 65 degrees? Q. So let's do that. Let's label it. Okay, what else do I know? I got a 51 here. What else is 51? Angle C. And I can figure out the missing third angle because they add up to 180. So let's add up 65 plus 51. I get 116. And then I need to subtract that from 180. And I get 64 degrees. Now I did that because I'm going to need to use it later, but you should see congruent angles. And we have a statement, ABC is similar to triangle what. So let's put them in order. If we go A, B, C, it needs to go in the same order, Q, R, S. Now, is it always in alphabetical order? No. In this case it is, but it's not always. Number 3, what's the scale factor from large to small? So going from the larger to the smaller, okay, if you're going from larger to smaller, all you need to do is give me a corresponding side over a corresponding side, but it needs to be in the correct order. So if it's getting smaller, then the smaller number will be on top. As you can see, like it says right here on the quiz, it'll also clarify that for you. You cannot have it the wrong way. So make sure you read carefully. So let's connect some corresponding sides here. 36 is a side length. What does that correspond with? 64. So using those corresponding sides, let's make a fraction, or a ratio, or a proportion, from smaller to larger, smaller on top. Or sorry, larger to smaller with the smaller on top. Which one is smaller? So 36 over 54. And we can type that in the calculator and see that it is equivalent to 2/3. That is the answer. Okay? If you got 3 over 2, that would be wrong. So make sure you do it the way it asks you to. It'll clarify in the question. Everyone's writing this down? Yeah? With an open journal? So, number 4, what is the length of AC? So we'll put a little X between A and C right here. And what does X correspond with? 63. So does everyone see I've got 2 different corresponding side pairs, so I can make those into proportions, and then I can cross multiply and divide. So let's do that. So 36 over 54 was my first one, equals, and then X over 63 is my second one. Alright, so what should I do with these 2 fractions? Cross multiply and divide. So 36 times 63 is 2,268. X times 54 is 54x. My last step after I cross multiply is to divide. And I get 2268 divided by 54 is 42. All right. So, last question on this side over here is, what is angle R? The measure of angle R is a number. So look up here. What is it? 64, right? Now, I didn't have that at the beginning, but I figured it out because I know that angles are congruent. So 64 degrees. Okay, over here, number 6 says, are the triangles similar? So look at these two triangles. How do I tell if they're similar? Okay, I need to see if each of these pairs of sides are proportional. So let's make some connections. What does 3 correspond with? 9. So, boom. And 6 corresponds with what? 18. 4 corresponds with 12. So notice these have been rotated. This little triangle has been rotated and blown up. Okay. So each of those corresponding connections makes a fraction, and it is similar if they are all congruent. Sorry, if they're all equal in their proportions. So let's do that. 3 over 9 equals 1/3. 4 over 12 equals 1/3. And you can reduce these in your calculator, right? Okay, and then 6 over 18, is that 1/3? It is 1/3. So since all of these are equal, that's going to be, yes, it is similar. Okay. On the quiz, make sure you verify all 3 are the same, because if they're not, you have to put no. Okay. What is the scale factor from small to large? So now you're going from the smaller to the larger, which means the larger number needs to be on top. So any of these connections can make the fraction. It'll all be the same answer. Okay. So if I go, let's pick 3 and 9. Which one is larger? 9. So let's do 9 over 3, which equals 3 over 1, or just 3, either way, okay? So, you're able to do a scale factor. You can read the problem to tell you which one's on top, right? Now, last but not least, FED corresponds with what? What's my similarity statement? VTU. I want everyone to notice this is not in alphabetical order. Not every time is it going to be in alphabetical order. And I've said it, and I've said it, and I'll say it again. It's not always in alphabetical order. Okay? F matches with V, E matches with T, D matches with U. Make sure they are in order, not necessarily alphabetical. Okay? Are there any questions on any part of this warm-up? Because if you understand the warm-up, you'll understand the quiz for sure. Any questions? Which number? On 7. So scale factor from small to large. It tells you larger is going to be on top. Just pick one of these connections. You could have done like 12 and 4 if you wanted to. And it says what? Larger number is on top. So 12 over 4 reduces to 3 over 1. 18 over 6 is also 3 over 1. 9 over 3 is 3 over 1. Either way. Okay. Questions? All right. Let's do this quiz.